So you can see all of this. This is new growth clover, and that is all up in here. Alright guys, good morning and welcome to this next episode. This is our, I guess, a series of killer food plot moments that we've been doing. We've been working on all of our killer food plots, and I'm going to be heading back to the one on our farm today. It's been just a little over a month since David and I were back there. We mowed the food plot. We did a little bit of light overseed with the resurrection clover and the chicory, and then we put some lime down and fertilized it. We've been getting some pictures of some nice buck in the food plot and by the vine, and I had the opportunity just this past week to actually speak with the new owner of Killer Food Plots. His name is Rich, and I'm going to try and say his last name. It's either Krazan or Sherzan, but great person, great family man. His wife and two daughters are basically heavily involved with the Killer Food Plot company. They've taken over the reins from our dearly beloved brother Nick Percy after his passing. Rich has been a longtime friend of Nick's for over 30 years and started working for Nick about 3 years prior to his passing. Got him into archery, and just had a great overall conversation with Rich this past week, talking about what his plans are for Killer Food Plots, continuing the legacy that Nick has built, and we're just happy to continue to be partnered with Killer Food Plots and work on building this new relationship with Rich and his family, because they're great people, hardworking people just like us. So I'm going to head back today. I have a couple plans today with the food plot. Obviously, I've got the Groganics fertilizer in the back of the truck. So we're going to go back. We're going to do our 1 month feeding from when we just did that. I'm going to freshen up the vines. I've got the new Scrape Fix Velvet came in along with some Scrape Ignite. So we're going to do that to get the vines going, because the bucks are starting to pass through that. The does are really working the vines. So we want to make sure that that's all checked out. Got some batteries to replace in one of the Reveal cell cameras, and then get on out of there. So I'm going to get all my gear together and grab a water out of the Bison cooler in the back of the truck here, and then we're going to hop in David's Polaris and head on up to the food plot. All right, let's get going. Alright guys, well, we are up at the food plot. Got some clearing to do along the tree line coming up here, but we asked the farmer not to plant so tight to the edge of the woods lines, because we do want to be able to drive our Polaris and whatnot, and they get a little close sometimes. But it looks like that field on the other side we thought was going to be corn, it's soybean. So it's a good mix, and then we've got the food plot here. So let's go take a look at the food plot, see what it looks like, and then I'm going to get the mower out and mow all along the edge here between the corn and the food plot, and then we're going to go in and get it all fertilized and fed. But I want to see what it looks like first, so come on along. Now we've gotten 3 different buck up here. 1 really nice buck, two decent ones. So here's the vine. We got to freshen that up. We got to mow, weed whack in here. We're probably going to have to spray this because there's a lot of weeds coming up, but there is clover in here. And there is chicory, so I think what I might do, I think we may mow this down again just to keep it down, because the clover is growing, but not as great as we'd like it to be. We've always been struggling with this food plot lately. I'm going to show you around here really quick. See, we got a lot of weeds coming up. On the cameras, this food plot looks really good, but you can see there is clover down in here. We got all the clover down in there. We got some chicory coming up over there. There's chicory over here. You can see the chicory, and you got clover, but the clover is just not hardy, you know, like we would want it to be. I'm gonna take a walk up here. You got a lot of weeds, and it looks like I'm gonna have, like, see, we got clover coming up in here, but it's just not. There's clover over in here. See all of this? All in there. I mean, it's great to see the clover up in the top here. So it is mixed in quite well. Even up here amongst all the weeds. So you can see all of this. This is new growth clover. And that is all up in here. So I think we're definitely going to, I'm going to run the mower through here again to keep the weeds down. We'll feed it. Keep our fingers crossed that this grows. I'm going to talk with Rich to take some pictures before and after, share them with Rich for him to see, and get his advice as to, you know, what he recommends. There's a lot of clover growing in here. It's just very young, and we need to build that root base for it to really take good. But it's, the whole plot has clover in it. It's just not as tall as we would like it to be. Obviously, we've got this canopy above us that's got that's keeping it from getting good sunlight for growth. But we've had a lot of moisture, so it's definitely not deprived of water. So yeah, we've obviously got ag out here. Okay, this is a kill plot, but when this is harvested, you know, both sides of the tree line, the soybean on that neighbor's, on our farm the corn, you know, so it's not like there's not food sources here. This is something that we do for late, you know, season. Once they harvest this stuff, it gives us an opportunity to really draw these deer in here, and they are working through here. We've got them on the cameras, both the one in the food plot and out on the vine there. So I like it so far, but I would like to see this clover much taller than it is. But all right, guys, I'm gonna pick up just a few of the sticks that have fallen down from the storms, and then get the mower out and start mowing. So I'll get with you when I'm done. All right, guys. Well, I got the food plot mowed. Like I said, there's lots of clover and chicory coming up in this food plot. It's just being overpowered by, you know, natural plants and some grasses and stuff. So I'm gonna get with Rich and see what he recommends to do. You know, for the most part, we've got green through the whole plot, which is what we're looking to do. We just need to figure out how to keep these weeds out of here and invasive plants from overpowering our clover and chicory, because in certain spots it's really coming up well. But we're going to get the Organic 705 thrown down there to Gen 2 and feed this and see how that helps. I got some before pictures. I'll take some after pictures. I'm going to share those with Rich and talk with him about what we need to do next. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you, I've been thinking about a water hole up here quite a bit. And this bottom part of the food plot, right here where I'm standing, gets a lot of water because it just kind of rolls right down in here. And then we have that bottom corner right there. So I'm going to talk with David, see what his thoughts are. I'm thinking, you know, we've got a lot of chicory coming up in this part here, but if we can dig down and create a small water hole there in that corner, because that really does not grow. It's the lowest point of the food plot. It's where everything, when we get these rains, it runs right down into there. You can see that it's a lot more bare than it is anywhere else. We can get stuff to grow here. We just got to figure out, you know, what's what. But I think if we can put a small water hole right in this corner, that's going to add to not only the ag that's here, but also what the food plot has to offer. And as these deer move through this upper part, because there's a pond down there on our neighbor's property, but there's no other water source around here. So if we can create a water source up here and keep these deer moving across the top, and we can set up on them, and you know, obviously we have this kill plot here, I think it's going to really benefit us. So I'm going to talk with David, see what we think, and maybe we'll put a water hole in there before it gets too late. I don't know if we'll get it done this year, but maybe next year that might be a project. I'm going to head over here, break out the Organics and my hand spreader, and we're going to feed this food plot. All right, guys, so I'm here. We've got our Organics. I'm sorry, it's 444 that I'm putting down today. We're just gonna put one bag of this down. It's not a really big plot. It's really like it's less than 2/10 of an acre. It's not even a quarter of an acre. Not that much at all. So it's a small plot. We're gonna put this down and see how it works. But guys, you know, this is still plenty of time to plant for the fall. If you have not gotten your products that you need as far as seed, fertilizer, anything like that, or you just have questions and you need to, you know, reach out to them, visit the www.killerfoodplots.com website. Rich, his family, they're fantastic people. They're there to help you out, give you advice, and they sell great products. Just, you know, you've seen us use them for many, many years. You know, we struggle sometimes with Mother Nature, but everybody's in the same boat. So we just got to keep working at it, and they're a wealth of knowledge to help you through it. We are definitely not the experts when it comes to it. We rely on the experts, and that's Killer Food Plots. So check them out. Use the promo code WBH10 and the % sign. Save yourself 10%, courtesy of us here at Bout Huntin. It ain't going to spread itself, so I'm going to get going. All right, guys, let's get the Organics in there and go to work. Lawnmower, weed whacker, weed blower. Lots of bulbs, lots of chicory.
here and then down the tree line and stuff. So, guys, again, killer fruit fly products, we've been using them for several years. We love the flavor and stuff. Keep an eye on Ned's fruit fly. That's starting to really come up well.